Hello folks, welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Today is a new chapter. We will not talk about yesterday, we will not talk about, what's happening behind with, paid subs, free subs, and so on. I think we said everything already, so it's not required to repeat anything. Today we have a different topic. Maybe you heard about Silvergate. Silvergate and Signature Bank. Many of you would say, no, what is that? Is that the token? No, it's not. It's like just two banks who are operating, many transactions for centralized exchanges, crypto centralized exchanges, and their main focus is the crypto industry. So they are operating fiat transactions and so on and so forth. As we know, CZ just launched a new company just to try to hide the connections to Binance because they are cutting off Binance from everything at the moment. Anyway, not many are talking about. Let us go forward. I don't remember, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago or something, when Swift said, hey, we are going to, to bring a restriction on cryptocurrency. We are not going to allow to operate any payments below $100,000 coming from cryptocurrency exchanges. So, yeah, I said, people say that, but who cares? We have different, different ways to do it, and I tried that, and I had to use PayPal via Coinbase. I couldn't withdraw my money in a different way, unfortunately. I did that. Of course, I didn't cover every opportunity, but I have accounts on, OKX, KuCoin, Bitget, Coinbase, Binance. I mean, I'm trading crypto since years. You can imagine that. Of course, I have collected some wallets in almost every single exchange. Anyway, I used Coinbase, and Coinbase saying, hey, you can connect your bank account directly with us, and you can deposit but also withdraw. My experience was, no, it's not possible. At least when I tried, it was absolutely possible to deposit, but I couldn't add any account there. The option wasn't available. Anyway, I did it just via PayPal. I had to pay some fees, but it was working. We know that PayPal has already announced they are going to close their stablecoin project because they wanted just to allow to use stablecoins and to transfer, just to have a little bridge between PayPal and stablecoins. They said, we are going to close this project already. So I think even PayPal is rethinking their crypto strategy at the moment. But that's not everything. Silvergate and Signature Bank. Let us go back. Silvergate Bank just dropped by 50% today in the stock market. They shares 50%, yeah, down. And I mean, it was bleeding already, but in one day, 50%, it's a little bit more than just bleeding. And everything just because, it's not just. I will explain you why it's not just. Just because they are delaying the yearly financial report. Now we could say, okay, but come on. I mean, we never have seen a Tether audit as well, so who cares? Yeah, well, it's a big difference because Tether is not part of any regulation framework, but a bank like Silvergate or Signature Bank. Both are. And that's much more than just a red flag. And that's why the price dumped or nuked in that way. When a full regulated bank like, for example, Silvergate, they just can't say, hey, you know what? I forgot my earlier financial report. I'm going to make that next week. No, it's not possible. You know, you have some rules you have to follow. And of course, when not only related to its investors, of course, and the stock market, but at the same time related to their regulation. Why their investors reacted in that way very hard, dumping their bags, because they know when such a bank is delaying the yearly financial report, something big is happening behind. And that's not good at all. Just 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago, I have mentioned that they are going to cut off any kind of fiat transactions related to crypto. I have said that. Binance started to say, well, you know, with Swift, who cares? P2P, we have different ways. Yeah, try to make P2P. Just do it. Try it. They will they will close every P2P. They will even, I guess, go even further so you can't do it. They will close your doors. They will not care about. And when I'm saying they, we are talking about IMF, we are talking about the governments, we are talking about different institutions, authorities. They are doing it and making and raising pressure. And we know why. I mean, sometimes I think that's a good thing, and sometimes I think, that's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing, sorry. Just because, you know, a good thing, because I also believe that the market needs a reset. People like Sam, people, you know, I don't know if every single article that Bloomberg is launching related to Binance is true or not. But the fact that CZ is not trying to fight against, it shows me, something is there where he knows it doesn't make sense to try to fight against. You know, when they are saying, hey, they are doing exactly the same like FTX, using customers' funds as collateral and using it in different ways to, you know, to drive the market. If I would be CZ and if that's fake, he has billions. I would take my lawyers and do everything to show people, hey, but no, he's not doing anything. Just a tweet. Oh, I'm disappointed. Blah, blah, blah. What the hell? So what's with the trust of your customers? You don't care, it seems. Because, yeah, your funds are SAFU. And that works, brainwashing. That worked with crypto over years and years and years. Moon, 100K, Spot ETF, everything failed. Every single fucking thing failed what they told us. Over years and years and years. Okay? But people still think about that. They believe. They still think, yeah. And I would bet my 2 balls that someone would say, yeah, I'm sure we'll get a Spot ETF this year. I'm sure. But it's not going to happen. That's the thing. Let us go forward. Let us check. What's the next thing it can happen? I told you Swift will be the beginning. Because they are working, every nation is working on a global regulation body. Global is the key word. Means all together are working on one single regulation framework. And it makes sense. Of course it makes sense to do that in that way. Because it's not really a big difference. Yeah, we have sometimes some little gaps, but when it comes to money laundering, when it comes to terrorism finance, and so on and so forth, all banks in the world have the same standards. Almost. Maybe a little town bank don't care about in a little kingdom somewhere in the world. But I think even then they will do that, because otherwise they wouldn't be part of the global banking system. So that's bullish in the long term what they are doing. That's extremely bullish, and I have said so many times. But right now it will bring a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Let us go further. Let us talk about what the Nationwide Building Society announced to their customers recently. And that was 2 days ago. Title: Restrictions on cryptocurrency card payment. We have set some limits on buying cryptocurrency with your card. This will apply where we identify payments to crypto exchanges. You think, okay, that's okay, some restrictions, limits, okay, well, what the problem, right? If you have an adult current account, you will be able to spend up to £5,000 a day. These accounts include blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine, I would say, right? That's not that bad. You can no longer use your credit card to purchase cryptocurrency, whether you are the main or additional credit card holder. Oh, wait. I can use my debit card, but I can't use my credit card? Why? Well, it's simple. Because they are going to do exactly what the SWIFT standard did in the US. What will happen? Many said, oh, well, who cares if the SWIFT is doing that? I can still make all my business with credit card, but these guys are front running it. So yeah, debit card at the moment, it's possible. No problem. But credit cards? That's it. And payments to cryptocurrency firm Binance, that's a no-go. Payments to the cryptocurrency firm Binance using your nationwide cards will be declined. You will not be charged and no money will leave your account. Payments to Binance will remain restricted until further notice as we continue to review and monitor the situation. What situation? I think I missed something. But yeah, that's what they said. Well, people could say, okay, come on, Inspo, what the hell is, as a German nationwide building society, what the hell is that? Well, the Nationwide Building Society is a British mutual financial institution, the 7th largest cooperative financial institution and the largest building society in the world with over 16 million members. Okay, net income 1.5 billion, total assets 272 billion. You can ignore that, but I know if these guys just 2 years ago had just announced, hey, we are going to, maybe accept some crypto, everyone would be saying, bullish, moon X, 200k, 1 million. But such facts are completely ignored. Completely. And now we can say, okay, Inspo, but who cares? I mean, come on, one bank. Nope. HSBC, just few hours ago, announced, listen, UK largest bank, HSBC bans customers from purchasing crypto with credit cards. Oh, once again, credit cards. What the hell? Why credit cards? Because they are front running it. They are just saying, hey, credit cards are not allowed. You can pay with bank wire, yeah, no problem. Yet. And that's the next step. Hey, guys, wake up. I mean, they are dropping grenades just to your feet And you're saying, moon, will bull run, go up and up. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen because that's what these guys need. They need you as an exit liquidity. They are going to sell millions. They don't have any restriction or limitations. They don't care, but you should care. And if you don't care, you deserve it. You deserve what's going to happen. It's absolutely clear. And I have mentioned so many times. Short term, mid-term, a lot of pain will happen. A lot. In the long term, mass adoption, institutionals, a lot of capital will flow in. But the whole crypto market will change. It will be not the same like we know since years. Something like Alan is saying, I love Ford, and 2 minutes later you have at least 3 different tokens with Alan Ford, Alan Love Ford, and Alan Ford Love. And they push up to the moon 2000%, and then it nukes to zero. Like it happened so many times. That's pure toxic for the market. And the market was and is unregulated, and it's Wild West. Your money is just in hands of people that, I don't know, you don't know either. And they are not regulated. No, almost no rules count for them. I mean, only if they do something like Sam, and we will see how the whole party with Sam will end. But, you know, I mean, just a few years ago, it wasn't a problem. Because the government was pure rhetoric. Yeah, we will do that, blah. Okay, no problem. But now, we are not talking about their rhetoric anymore. Now we are talking about things they are doing. We are talking about they are cutting off the whole crypto industry from liquidity. And just an Italian follower just said, who cares? I don't need any liquidity on the on-chain. Yeah, you're right. Who cares? I mean, even my toilet don't need any liquidity. But if I want to buy some toilet paper, then also I need liquidity. And if you want that your tokens don't drop to zero, even you will need liquidity. Or are you going to eat your tokens? Are you going to drink your tokens? Or what are you expecting to do with all these tokens? I don't know, I ask. Because for me, that's absolutely nonsense. That's so a big red flag. And the problem, it's not the first time. I mean, Rescale didn't have enough money just to save Genesis. I was a big fan of Genesis. But Genesis was doing a great job. Professional. I was shocked when I received the news that Genesis is going to apply Chapter 11 because they were part of a fucking gambling stupid deal. But it tells us even Grayscale doesn't have the liquidity anymore. Michael Saylor saying, I'm going to sell futures because even Michael Saylor doesn't have the liquidity anymore. So what do you think these guys are going to do? And of course we still have some money. And of course they will try to push up more the price. Because that's what's happening. I'm seeing that all the time. Yeah, the price is declining, but declining in a absolutely every 30 minutes today for about I don't know, it was 6 hours or something, 20 millions coming in from Circle, or at least USDC to centralized exchanges every 30 minutes. So the price started to decline, pushed up a little bit, decline, pushed up a little bit, decline, pushed up a little bit, and so on and so forth. That looked so bullish, so bullish. However, so Silvergate, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And please, guys, please, if you're trading with, money that you will not miss, it's fine. I'm doing it as well. I'm trading with futures. I'm talking about few $100. But if you're trading big, rethink your strategy. By the way, another thing that was yesterday, Kraken is pulling back from using crypto-focused bank Signature Bank, not Silver Bank, that Signature Bank, for some significant financial transactions, according to Bloomberg. Now you could say, Inspo, Bloomberg, it's only food. Yeah, well, if it's only food, where is the statement of Signature Bank? Why not defend what others are spreading that's fake? That's the big question. 22 or 21 minutes, always almost 22 minutes, with a big, big warning light telling you be extremely careful. That's everything. Let us go forward. So then let us see what the weights ratio 30 days moving average did. Nothing more. Just lift it up a little bit more. Now, of course, you could say, wow, it dumped. Yeah, that's what the weights ratio 30 days or the weights ratio 1 day time frame is doing sometimes. It goes down because only up never have seen. I mean, even in the whole weights ratio history never happened. So that's part of the deal, The thing is, and that's why I'm using the 30 days moving average, just to see what's the average sentiment of weights. If it's pushing up, it means they are just sending more money. Because I can see there are more money, more bitcoins. Because I can see that we are receiving more bitcoins. And I know that the market activity is declining. And market activity is driven by retail and not by whales. I mean, as long as we still have more retails than whales, of course. But yeah, so it's hard. It's really hard. And instead of dumping like we did always when the weights ratio pushed up that hard, we are maintaining, indicating to me they are in distribution, holding the price with futures. But yeah, we are receiving USDC. Nobody knows. I mean, I can't see if those USDC went directly to spot exchanges or derivative, maybe also derivative. I don't know. Well, we will check later on. Also with futures, what's happening there. If we take a look here, for example, also interesting, the weights ratio here, that's the 1 hour time frame, maintains between, I would say 65 and 100. So it's relatively high, but of course the weights ratio 30 hours moving average is declining. Once again, 86 was the peak, now back to 84. I guess it will go a little bit more down, indicating we will go up again. And if you check that, also here, for example, it's almost 100 millions that we received in stablecoins. So are they just buying the local dip to push up a little bit more? Because we know every single nuke or every single dump have started with a pump before. Almost. I would say maybe 95%. So at the moment, I don't see any signal related to weights ratio that could indicate us we are going to push up very hard like we did, for example, here, or even here. We had here twice. We can see here as well. and here afterwards. I don't see that yet. So I wouldn't think, hey, we are going to push up directly to 25K. But if they can do that with futures, they will do that. If they can, they will do that. Absolutely. I'm very sure about that. But it depends what retails are doing, because they have to absorb. If they are not going to absorb, so they need to maintain a very bullish sentiment. In my opinion, absolutely, with all the facts around us, almost impossible. But yeah, it's, I don't know if many retail are just looking away, or, but who cares? It is what it is. So yeah, so at the moment, just indicating, of course, under normal circumstances, I would say, yeah, but that did happen here as well, right? But usually, if you see that, we should have a break. Well, usually with a retest, sometimes also without retest, as you can see, and then push up to go down once again, to push up again, and so on and so forth. The same happens, for example, here. They didn't push up, well, it was here, but they didn't push up more and then instead declined. So we will see what happens. Let us go and check more data. So if we take a look here, for example, we can see we had here, that was yesterday. For today, the maximum was almost 920 Bitcoins. That's not big. That's absolutely not big. Here we had a bigger outflow of 2,500 Bitcoins, for example, after we received here 1,200, another 1,000, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's business as usual, because that's happening since month, almost two months now, 3 months. And yeah, also here, for example, that was the biggest volume related to stablecoins here. 198 millions in, 172 millions out, and another 130 millions afterwards, and another 68 millions out, and another 40 millions out here, and since here also some stablecoins coming in. So it's clear, and that is also something that matches to sentiment. For example, where I'm tracking USDC, USDT, I'm seeing that someone every time sending to absorb. I don't know if that's part of the strategy of why they are doing it, if they are just maintaining the price because that's like an investment for them, and say, hey, if we can maintain that price just to unload and sell more spot, I'm okay if, I have to send more money to derivative exchanges to maintain with future. I don't know. I really don't know. At the moment, I don't see the connection, but yeah, we are receiving more Bitcoins. At the same time, we are receiving more stablecoins, and the price is just going down slowly, like nothing is happening. It's very strange. However, if we check here, that's, for example, pure stablecoin, you can see that's actually here the net flow, 25 millions here, and that was the biggest this morning with 45 millions 45 millions in net flow. So also here nothing big. Let us go forward. So for example here, let us start as usual. Okay, let us start with the funding rate. The funding rate pushed up, declined. Okay, the price was pushing up, afterwards it declined, then pushed up, they were right, then it seems retail pushed up a little bit, and then afterwards it declined. The price is declining right now. Every time when you have such a sharp funding rate direction, it seems that big guys are playing, and they are not that bad playing it. When you have a very, low angle, it seems, when the funding rate starts to increase softly or slowly, it looks like retailers following. But that's not the most interesting part. Even open interest is not the most important part if we check what they did, for example, right? The most interesting part is what leverage ratio is doing. Because look what the leverage ratio is doing at the moment. And that's crazy. And that also means to me that someone is accumulating, or at least they are using high leverage positions, while the open interest is lifting up, and the funding rate, as you can see, it was pushing up, but not looking like it was a sharp move coming from a big whale or something. Looks like more than retail, and the funding rate did a sharp move to the downside. So I'm not sure if retail is using a high leverage because they are expecting a push up, a very hard one. It looks like. If that's the case, they, in my opinion, they will liquidate a lot. However, we need to see, because, usually before they let the price go down sharp, they make a bull trap first. So we will see how that plays out. If we take a look here, for example, we receive 180 millions here, for example. Even here, more, and then we had a sharp move to the downside by the funding rate. If we take a look here, for example, we receive 1,200 Bitcoin. So since yesterday, not a lot of Bitcoins arrived to the central to derivative exchanges. Let's go forward, and nothing have changed here. So also here we can check, the funding rate still maintaining its positive trend, indicating they are still demanding more longs. Open interest lifting up, and the leverage ratio is declining. The aggregated one, also very interesting. So it seems, I guess it's mainly Binance, or I don't know. I guess that Binance is having some high leverage position. I mean, we will check that now with the Kingfisher and mainly with the Kingfisher. So let us go forward. I need to refresh the site. Okay, nothing have changed since yesterday. What? Is that true? Nothing have changed since yesterday? That's a little bit strange. $110? Yeah. That's crazy. No, since yesterday, sorry. Oh, we need to check one day. Yeah, just 50 millions, almost, a little bit more, 60 million. So really, wow, almost nothing. Well, 61 to 39, many expecting we are going to push up. 56 to 44, once again, on Ethereum looks better, and on Bitfinex it seems nothing have changed. And now let us take a look to the Kingfisher. Binance all leverage first, and okay, 80 millions we had yesterday, 120. Now it's indicating, we are seeing, for example, here, and that's really strange, we are seeing here, for example, high leverage positions with a liquidation level of 24.4 and 24.8, and on the long side would be 20k. So almost 20k, and the highest part would be at 16.7, for example. Also very interesting that someone here is shorting with low leverage. Also very interesting here. Let us take a look to the high leverage positions. Oh, okay. Okay. So everything between 23.3 and 23.8 could be liquidated. 5 millions, yeah. So at least exchanges could be very motivated to push up the price to liquidate all of them. Oh, well, we'll see. Okay, that's over here. We will go to the next chapter. So then let us take a look what's happening here. Once again, looks that Tether was here the main driver of this little pump here, whatever it's going to end with that. If we check, for example, that's on Binance, if I'm correct, we had here, oh no, that's of course wrong. I need to do it again. So 19 millions, and that's the aggregated one, 18 million. So mainly coming from Binance, and you know, they are pushing once again right now, trying to push a little bit harder with futures as well. Let us take a look. Maybe if we can see here, they started here, and we have almost 100 millions in stablecoin futures right now pushing up, and that's Bitcoin collateral, another 22 million. So nothing big. But yeah, while algos, you can see what they are doing here, right? I usually use something like a half Bitcoin or something. Sometimes you see someone selling 16 Bitcoins at once or something. It's really interesting. That's almost here. A lot of algos, but mainly they are using really tiny amounts. And you see here what's happening. Sometimes really interesting just to watch what's happening behind the curtain. So yeah, that's Binance BUSD. They are not doing nothing finally. If we take a look here, Bitfinex, nothing, really nothing. Bybit still reducing. Yeah, Coinbase. It was if I needed just to make a bet, it was clear that's coming from Coinbase, because all the USDC that they sent to centralized exchanges, it was absolutely clear that someone is using Coinbase at the moment. Maybe even Coinbase, nobody knows what's behind, but using them just to do exactly that, push up. It's really I mean, it's not only Coinbase, because Coinbase doesn't have any kind of future market, so they are using different exchanges as well. Bitstamp, as usual, pushing up. Kraken declining. And Gemini also pushing up. Also very interesting what Gemini is doing, but we are talking about almost 30 bitcoins. That's not big at all. So let us go forward. We can check here, for example. We can see, let us take a larger time frame so we can see almost what they did today. So today we can see, for example, that today midnight yeah, today midnight for at least 12 hours. The last 12 hours we had related to Tether a net flow of, well, 1.5 million in outflow. So 230 millions in, 231.5 millions out. So nothing to see here. But 12 hours later, we had 190 millions in and 240 millions out. So someone is cashing out. But let us take a look what's happening to USDC. USDC, that was midnight, so the last 12 hours then, 264 millions in and 180 millions out. And 12 hours later, 325 millions in and only 94 millions out. Someone is using USDC in Coinbase. For spot, but the big question is, all these USDC went only to Coinbase? I doubt. So also to Binance and so on and so forth, just to use also, for example, futures. What should I say? I mean, the market maker reduced once again its balances and reached again its multi-year low of 4,550,000 bitcoins. If we take a look, retail buying, lifting up now here as well. These guys declining, these guys, well, maintaining, reducing, lifting up. 80% of all these entity wallets and this entity are involved with exchanges. And here only 4 wallets. 3 of them are well known. 2 of them Binance, 1 is Bitfinex. And a follower just said as a comment that the other one is MicroCellular, so MicroStrategy. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I really don't know. I just remember that the CEO of CryptoQuant once said it's Gemini. But I didn't know that Gemini has such a big wallet and so big Bitcoin reserves, but who knows. So if we take a look here, let me refresh the fund flows related to the market maker. And we see actually nothing. So here, that was the last time, 840 bitcoins, another 88 here, and since then nothing more. Also here, for example, if we check, the only guys yesterday who started to sell more bitcoins to centralized exchanges was Bitfinex, was Gemini. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Because even Coinbase declined a lot. That's my dog. She's just demanding some cheese. Okay. Maybe you don't hear it. Even better then. So yeah, if we go forward, now here we can see that they started to push up. So the spot volume increased, and now the future volume is rising even more, indicating they are using once again just futures. That's what they love to do, right? So push up, distribute more spot, and let us keep playing the same fucking stupid game over and over again, while of course that's the market activity. Even on futures, I think it's really clear what's happening to the market. So yeah, they need really to use the last drop, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Let us go forward. So if we take a look, we have here our POC at 23.4. That's where we have a resistance at the moment. We can see that the price is retracing there. Coinbase is still waiting at 24 and even 25, 24 and a little bit more lower, 23.8 is where they are waiting. And maybe even, I mean, we know we have high leverage positions short, so I guess they will try at least to liquidate them, and at the same time they can trigger maybe even the 24K sell wall, so they can distribute even more. Bitstamp, yeah, waiting there at 24.1. Binance BTC USDT, you can see that they are protecting here, waiting at 24K as well, and here, so also waiting there. I guess they are going to do what they did already, push up with futures and distribute more spot. While BTC BUSD waiting here 23.6 and also 23.8 and until 24. Bitfinex, well, they are still waiting here until 25.5, but also nothing special here. Waiting 22.5, 22.3, 24 and 24.4. OKEX, nothing. Kraken still waiting at 25K, otherwise 22.5. Bybit, nothing. BTC USDT, nothing. BitMEX, nothing. And now Perp. On Perp, the biggest wall 24, so it would match. Otherwise, too long 23 or 22.8. BTC BUSD, nothing. Bitfinex derivatives, also waiting at 24K and even a little bit higher. It looks like they want to go up to 24K because they can liquidate all these shorts. And you can tell me who whale could have an interest to liquidate shorts. I don't. They don't care. They just don't care. It's just exchanges can make money with that. So if we are playing and playing against exchanges, those who have all our data, they know exactly when money is coming in, when bitcoins are coming in, then good luck. Then really good luck. 23.5 here at the moment, waiting. OKEX futures, nothing to see here. And Deribit is, in my opinion, one of the most interesting ones. They were waiting here between 22.5 and 23, and also waiting here at 23.8 at the moment with 2.6 millions. Yeah, but also nothing big. Yeah, that's it from here.